Welcome back to Fire to Fork. Bloody fire bans. So at the moment I can't head out into the bush and light a normal fire. However, I am allowed to have a charcoal barbecue pretty much anywhere. Not anywhere, but a lot of places. So I've come to an area where I am allowed to have one, and I checked. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. So today we're gonna do some nice skewers, but let's get set up first. I'll show you my little setup because never used it before. I have no idea what it's like, and I've got a big trip coming up, so this is some product testing I'm doing. Trusty front runner table. It's really important for this setup that I have a stainless steel table, which this obviously is. Next, probably not necessary, but as I said, I've never used this before, so I'm going to use a couple of, I'm on the left. No, I'm going to go on the right because the wind's blowing this way. So I'm just going to use a couple of pieces of wood as a base for this, so it doesn't warp the table as we use it. Just going to brush this dust off. Probably not necessary, and you could probably get away with like a little piece of like welding blanket or a little piece of ply or something, but this is just what I had handy at home. Now, the thing. This is a wolf and grizzly fire pit thing. I've never used one. I put it together in the office once, and then I brought it here. I've actually had it for a while to test, but just never got around to using it. My mates, Matt and Holly from Overland Travellers, they've used it a heap. My pieces of wood aren't big enough. That's annoying. Oh well. I guess we're going straight in the table. So it's got this like concertina base, bit of charcoal. I like lump charcoal, not like briquettes, personally. Now when you're doing this, you always light it upwind. So I'm just going to use a couple of tinder shreds on here. Upwind. And using the Zippo Firefast torch because, again, windy. Also notice there's no dry grass or anything near me. Even though this isn't a fire, I still like to be cautious. Jeez, this wind's bad. I've never actually struggled to light one of these. Might put a couple of these in there then. I think it just needs to be fluffed up a bit. We'll wait for that to get useful, and I'll come back to you. Okay, there's a lot happening with this wind, so I've had to reposition the car because this charcoal was burning out in like 2 seconds. It lit so fast and then it just basically burnt away. So I also probably should have started marinating this chicken. So let's get onto that now. Get the chicken out. Okay. It was so calm half an hour ago. Oh, sea breeze has come in. If you know anything about WA, sea breeze comes in like clockwork, and it is not a small breeze. Okay, so I've got chicken thigh fillets. Pretty much always go for thigh, just because it's very hard to make it tough. It's very forgiving, and it's just really tasty, honestly. Cut this into sort of little strips. Dirty hand, clean hand. So chuck in about a tablespoon of curry powder. So probably 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt. And want some oil in there. Just a flavourless cooking oil. I'm using rice bran oil. Like vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil, whatever. And I think maybe a teaspoon of sugar in there. Get that hand dirty for a reason. The reason I'm doing this, by the way, is because I've done satay sticks before, but they were like a 5-hour job. The idea here is that this is like a 15-20 minute thing. So we'll leave that for about 10-20 minutes, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, next, I'm going to set up this little grill thing, which I've never done before. Sorry, I've never used before. I've set it up. It's just like a little frame. Goes over the top. And then a grill, a little stiffening plate. Yep, plenty of heat. So the reason I'm trying this out is because I've got a trip to over east, 4 states away, and I'm trying to work out a good solution for a lightweight fire pit cooking thing, because I'm probably only going to have to use it like once. And I don't really want to carry like a 10-kilo fire pit if I can avoid it, because I'm trying to like reduce weight. It's just me and the dog. All right, so you can put it in different settings and stuff. I'm not going to go into all the details of it. I'm just going to try it out. So get your janky old frying pan that you've bent. I'll bend it back a bit. This thing's been through hell with me. A little bit of oil. And what we're doing here is we're making satay sauce. Oh, I broke my own rule. I always take the plastic things off jars and stuff before I record because it's boring to watch. Okay, let that heat up. Get a little stir out. And we'll get some red Thai curry paste. Probably a tablespoon of that. More if you want it hot. Start frying that up. No shortage of heat from this little grill. Not warping the table. Not damaging anything. I like it so far. That's a very, very portable option. One thing, it's like 2 kilos, 1.5 kilos. Then you get some coconut oil, coconut milk, whatever. Once this has started to separate, you see the chili oil, sorry, the chili curry paste, there we go, starts to separate and to separate between the paste and the oil. That's when you add a bit of coconut milk. Just going to use the whole tin because why not? All right, starting to bubble. So add in some crunchy peanut butter. Now, I deliberately picked a crunchy one because I like the texture and because traditionally you'd like grind up peanuts. And I've also got a peanut butter that is just peanuts. It's nothing else in here. So we want quite a bit of that. A little bit of fish sauce. So probably a couple of teaspoons in there. And a couple of teaspoons of just normal white sugar. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can use palm sugar. So this is very similar to, hey, Fred, quiet. This is very similar to just normal curry. Sorry, it's Fred barking at a seagull. Come on. Oi, come on, drop. Oi. Oh, God. Bugger it. There's going to be a dog barking in the background sometimes. He just loves running around chasing. He chases the seagulls in the air. Great exercise. But annoying when you have audio requirements. So I'm making a heap of this, not for right now, but because this is actually going to be enough for us for dinner. So I'm making too much chicken and too much sauce so that the family can have it later. I think that could almost do with a little bit of water or something, because it's just a bit, it's like that's going to be very thick. It looks nice, but I think it could just do a little bit of loosening up. There we go, it's a bit creamier. If I had more coconut milk, I'd add that, but I don't. I think I added too much peanut butter. Now we'll wait a little bit longer for the chicken and get that started. All right, now for probably the easiest bit. I've had some skewers soaking in a little bit of water, which I'll use for washing up later. So they've been in there for about half an hour or something. You can just get your own skewers or you can buy them like I did, being lazy. Oh no, no, my fluffy. It's my little audio fluffy that goes on my lav mic. Oh, pocket. Okay. So, once again, clean hand, dirty hand. So, you don't rub chicken on everything. And we'll just put these all together. Now, with this little grill, I have better grills. I have a really good hibachi grill. I've got a couple of them. I've got the mini bri and things like that are more robust and don't take up bench space, all that kind of stuff. The reason I'm using this right now is not because this is the best grill I've got, it's because it's the lightest grill I've got and I want to try it, because I just think that this has a place as like a little permanent thing in the car. Now I want this on a pretty decent heat, so I might chuck a little bit more charcoal on there. I was really hoping I had one of my wooden cups, but I bloody well don't with me. I left it in the camper trailer. So this cup will have to do. All right, so this has been going about 10 minutes because I did quite big pieces. I want to grill it properly, getting some nice brownness on there, turning them about every 3 minutes. And yeah, it's looking good. Could probably do with a touch more heat, but like it's cooking really nicely. It's not, you know, it's not cooking well when it's kind of gray and crappy, whereas this bit of char, while it's also penetrating enough heat through, I think is perfect. For pieces this big, these are big pieces. If I did really skinny, tiny bits, you could do this in about 3 minutes, but I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do it, do quite a lot. Quite big skewers. Yeah, this is probably about about a 15-minute job to do this. All right, I've actually added a little bit more charcoal, get it really cranking. Put the satay on the heat as well. I always bring a non-insulated cup for this exact reason, so I'm glad I didn't use one of the wooden cups actually in this case. Would have been nicer for presentation, but it's very useful to be able to heat these little things up. I've also checked all the internal temperatures. They're above 69 degrees, which means that everything is safe to eat, and it looks pretty bloody delicious. So, B-roll time. Now, first bite. Let's see how it goes. Okay, on its own with just the curry powder and the salt, the chicken's a little bit boring, but it's a really nice marriage of flavors when you add the satay sauce. The satay sauce is essential. If you want to make a full meal of this, it's what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. By the way, the satay sauce is not spicy despite having curry powder in it, curry paste in it. None of this is spicy. When I have it for dinner tonight, better rice, cucumber, chicken, satay sauce. It's so nice. Fred, come here. Fred, come here. Come here. Oh, drop. There's a car driving past. I just don't want him to go and chase it. Drop. Drop. Stay. Oh yeah, cucumber freshens it up. You can see why this is a Thai street food they usually serve with beer, because it goes so well with beer. All right, I'm gonna have a bit more of that, put some of it in Tupperware, take it home and feed it to my family, because that is bloody delicious. And this little thing, not bad, not bad. I'm impressed. It works a lot better than I thought it was going to work, and this stabilizing bar is why it works, because I thought it was going to be really flexible in the middle and kind of shit, and that works well. Yeah, I like it more than I thought I would. Anyway, see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Cheers.